Salve a tutti ragazzi e benvenuti a in questo nuovo video di Te la farai. Sentiamo cosa dice Ringwell.
Do you think Law is okay?
If you're worried, why don't you ask him yourself?
Yeah, I think maybe I should apologize to him too. I should apologize to all of you, really.
Us too?
Well, I was kinda lying to you all this whole time. I was blind to everything except my own revenge. I never even considered the struggles all of you might be facing.
We all have things we'd prefer to keep to ourselves, Rinwell. So what if you had something to hide? It doesn't undo the good that you've done, or the people that you've helped save along the way.
But that's not what I mean.
I know. You're talking about Almadria, right?
Yeah. I hate her, Alphen. I can't stop hating her. Even just thinking about her makes my head feel like it's going to explode. But it's not just her. I think about the way Law looked at me. I hated the Lord who killed my parents. And I hated the Renans I had to travel alongside. And yet, Cislodius Danans backstab each other like it's a normal way of life. And Mahag Sar has people like Deadime. But then there are people like Law and Shion. It's all just too much. I don't know what to think anymore.
Law never said that you had to forgive Almadria. It's only natural you would hate your family's murderer. But
what?
Law left home because of how much he hated his father. As a result of that, well, I think Law spent a lot of time thinking about how they never got to make things right. And if I had to guess, killing Ganabel didn't make any of those feelings go away. Law let revenge fuel him, and I think now he's afraid you'll do something you'll regret.
Afraid?
Whatever happens to Almadria when this is all over is up to you. I'll respect whatever choice you make. Just think it over carefully for me, okay? You still have time.
Okay. Thanks, Alphen. Say, back then, after the fight, I think I really made Shion mad. I don't know, though. Maybe it just looked that way. But I guess I just can't seem to understand how she feels. Do you know why she gets like that?
Shion's... She can be a tough nut to crack. She doesn't really talk a whole lot about herself.
It's just what she said about hate being a source of strength. Where did that come from? I wonder how it feels, not being able to hold another person's hand.
È difficile dire qualcosa. Proviamo dalla nostra piccola toppina. Ci hanno fatto caso.
Lean much further, you'll go overboard. Keeping an eye out for Almadria's ship?
I'm looking at the ocean.
The ocean?
Yeah. The waves. They help me think. This world is filled with natural wonders. The icy air and white peaks of Cislodia. The lush green glades of Menancia. The harsh wastes of Calaglia. But Menancia has its lake of death, and Nias its ruins. And they wouldn't be there if it weren't for that contest.
Say we actually manage to put a stop to the crown contest for good. What do you think will happen between the Danans and the Renans then?
You first.
Well, I want to believe that the coexistence we saw in Menancia can happen elsewhere, too. It's insane for all of us to keep fighting. If Menancia can do it, so can everyone else.
Yeah, I think that would be good too. A world where everyone can get along. At least, that's what I've come to believe.
You sure have changed.
I can't lie to you. Since I was young, I've looked down on the Danans too. But I've seen a lot. And I see things differently now. I've seen so many ugly and terrible things in this world. And yet, they didn't come from just the Danans. And the good things too. They didn't come from just the Renans. Kindness and cruelty exist on both sides. A person's race doesn't factor into it. So, I guess you're right after all, Alphen. I have changed. You know, I've never actually touched another person like this.
Shion.
Ever since I was on Lenegis, I've always been alone. Even after I came to Dana. Always.
And now?
Do you still not remember your past?
No. Sometimes it feels like I can almost remember. But then this mask stops me.
The mask keeps you from remembering why you have the mask in the first place. It's a little ironic, isn't it?
A little. Well, it won't be long now before you're rid of those thorns, you know? Only 2 lords remain. And once you have their master course, you'll be able to create the Renis Alma, right? Then you can... Shion?
Sorry, it's nothing. Promise. You're right, though. It'll all be over soon. I never could have made it this far on my own. I have everyone to thank for that. Including... especially you, Alphen.
Don't worry about it. We're friends, after all.
Yeah, we are.
Wonder how much longer it's going to be before we catch up to Almedria. I'll ask Mahavar.
Cavoli. Allora, vediamo. Non ci dice un cazzo. Benissimo. A sto punto nella nave non sembra esserci nulla. Vediamo un po' cosa possiamo fare. Adesso lui ci dirà che attaccheremo. Quella nave ha più vantaggi di quanto non pensassi. Se vuoi schiacciare un pisolino al momento di alo, riposa. Vediamo un po'. Oh, una cutscene, cosa rara.
Look who's up. Good timing. We're closing in on her stern as we speak.
That's the ship? She's huge. Law, go gather the others, will you? Think you'll be able to flank them without getting spotted?
Yeah, with the fog as our ally, I think I might just pull it off. Long as we ain't too noisy, we should be okay.
What'll you do if they catch on to us?
Not much I can do. Ship that size, they'll probably blow us to bits before we ready cannons.
Però bella grande.
Persistent little things. Evidently, I shouldn't have spared the wretched vermin. Hungry already, my dear? Worry not, for you shall have plenty to feast upon shortly.
Però non siamo noi il bacchetto.
Perfect. You managed to get us right up beside them.
I'll stay with the ship so we can leave as soon as you're done.
Good. Then let's find Almadria.
Fortezza mobile di Gradia. Salve. Perfetto. Membri che si dà... Ok, mi fa piacere.
Shion, I want to thank you.
What?
Now that's what I call a ship!
Yeah. The biggest one in all of Mahagsar. So big that it took years to construct.
For all we know, Kelzelik may well have been smuggling materials to help build it. In which case it would be yet another mistake on my part.
We don't know that she was only getting materials from Menancia.
You think it's possible that they might have come from elsewhere too? Yeah, I guess I could see it.
But what do you think Almadria plans to do from here on out, now that she's abandoned her realm and sailed out to sea?
She'll be filling her coffers with gold, most likely. Then she'll sit back and enjoy the show as the other lords duke it out. Or something to that effect, at least.
I wouldn't put it past her.
She's strong, yet shrewd, and will stoop to any low. A dangerous one indeed.
She's not the first, and she won't be the last. This is a lord we're talking about, remember?
Sounds like you've made up your mind already.
There was never anything to decide. No one who can smile like that while doing what she did deserves to roam free.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
This might not be the best time, but if you have a minute. That mask of yours, it was shattered by a blow from Balsef when you fought back in Calaglia, correct?
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. I thought I was a goner.
Balsef's brute strength was in a league all its own, yet half the mask remains. It's remarkably durable. Too durable to be Danon in origin.
Shion said the same thing. As if the fact I was wearing it meant there had to be more to me than met the eye.
You recalled your name when the mask broke, I hear.
Yeah, that's right. Although to tell you the truth, I'm a little scared what might happen when I lose the remaining half. Then again, the idea of not doing something because I'm afraid scares me even more. That's why I go on fighting.
Only he who first faces the night catches a glimpse of the dawn.
Come again?
It's nothing. Forget I said anything.
Bene, finalmente possiamo passare un po' all'azione, lavoro, insomma, sì. Allora, vediamo un po'. C'è un casso, quindi facciamo un bel giretto, vediamo un po' cosa succede. Cosa c'è qua? Torna alla nave mercenaria, riprendi la ricerca, fortezza mobile. È un bel casino. Perché qua ci porta... Ah beh, qua ci porta qui, e quindi... Però... Scusate. Torna alla mercantile. Allora, dove ci porta qua? Nave mercantile, ok, perché oltre a salvare c'è la possibilità di comprare e volevo vedere.
Finally, some open space
C'è la
again.
locanda. Beh, la locanda non ci serve, però il bonus ci serve. Però magari comprare qualcosa. Sì, magari... no, ci ho sperato, sapete, a volte può succedere. Vediamo se fare forgia arma ci dà quello che ci manca. E niente, dai, ci ho provato per 300 biasimarmi. Allè. Andiamo pure. Era di qua, vero? Col cazzo. Cazzo devo andare? Come ci torno là, scusate? Solo col teletrasporto? Ah, neanche col teletrasporto. Dove cazzo devo andare adesso? Con lui devo parlare. Sì, scusate, non era chiaro. Ok. Andiamo pure.
Something feels odd here.
Ah, di qua.
Be on your guard.
Salve. Ah, aprite. Fa vedere che c'è. Bottiglia della vita 3. Beh, interessante. No, che ci mancassero. Però insomma, fa piacere averle. Di qua. Ok. Sono tanti posti, tanti luoghi. Vediamo se siamo più forti adesso. Ovviamente sono più forti anche loro, però insomma, nel senso. Ok. Oscia. Ha preso una nuova abilità. Che cosa grandiosa che è stata. È sempre più veloce, mi raccomando. Vai, vai. Poi della velocità che ha inalata. Perfetto. Oh, ma ce ne sono altri. Mamma mia, che velocità. Ah, sì. Perfetto. Beh, è andata bene. Incominciano ad essere potenti, bisogna dirglielo. Hanno price, sì, sì, hanno price. Sto guardando, perché potrebbe esserci qua. Allora, vediamo un po'. Allora, sto pensando che effettivamente ci sono altri luoghi che vorrei andare. Vorrei vederli. Se mi permettete. Perfetto. La tuga no che ci servisse, però. Vabbè, non è che avevo tanto da dire, tanto da fare. Vabbè. Andiamo pure. E vediamo come fare. Da dietro, così dovrei avere un vantaggio. 26. Ok. Oh, porca vacca, ma ci ha sfondato il culo. Ok. Mamma mia, che casino. Ok. Bel casino, eh? Ok. Oh, porca vacca. Cos'è? Se non ricordo male, avevamo trovato qualcosa del genere a Reveal. Un momento, questa è veramente energia astrale. Potrebbe essere una trappola di datemi. Al diavolo, ora come ora facciamo? Forse posso risolvere il problema sfruttando l'energia astrale, non resta che provare. Beh, lei era ovvio che ce l'avesse fatta. Però prima di farlo, volevo vedere effettivamente cosa c'è. Sì, azione di mappa. Azione di mappa. Gli altri, vabbè, è il solito, insomma, nel senso. Non è una roba diversa da quello che facciamo sempre. Adesso arrivo, sì, mi preoccupate. Facciamo tutto. Vediamo un po'. Salve. C'è qualcosa che vuoi riprendere, poi ci salutiamo, salviamo. E siamo a posto. Vabbè, te sei una bella scassa marroni, Così almeno sei libero da ogni malo. Eh sì, sono potentissimi. Non l'ho neanche preso. Per carità, Fortissimo lui, Veramente uno di quelli forti. Perfetto. Andata. Perfetto. Beh, dai, un po' di soldi, ne abbiamo usati tanti. Beh, ragazzi, io direi che ci possiamo anche fermare qui per questo video è tutto. Io vi invito come al solito a lasciare un like e un commento se vi piace la serie, farmi appunto sapere cosa ne pensate. Come vedete, saluto da SHIVA. Ciao ciao.